Hi, my name is Oscar Irigoyen, and today I'm going to back up and restore two different servers. The primary server that I have here is the 192.168.1.72 with this IP address. Is my primary server that has several configurations that are usually part of the operations of the Salsa server. I'm not going to show you in this video the configuration for reporting. We are going to focus only in Salsa. So first elements that are important to consider when we back up and restore a Salsa server are the domains that are configured in the Salsa server. You can have several domains if you have a multi-tenant platform, which is the case of this video, but you can also have a single domain. In this case, each domain has its specific configuration. It is part of a domain server. In this case, it's the same domain server, which has the platform. So it has a number of ISUs allocated, Ipanemas software units for different services and appliances. It has SNM parameters and other elements of configuration for the reporting system. All this information is part of the IP Unibus configuration. Another element that you need to make sure you back up and restore is the users and user groups. So this is part of your main configuration as well. So in this case, I have administrator, which is normally by default, but I have Oscar support, and I have also secondary user group, which is administrator 2. In this case, you can have several user groups or users depending on your ecosystem of customers or ecosystem of users. Obviously, each domain has its own configuration. For those that know the platform, the Salsa platform and the system, each domain will have its own configuration. If I access to one of the domains, for instance, Contoso, I have Contoso, Contoso 1 and Contoso 2. If I access to Contoso domain, as probably you know, I'm going to have a number of elements of its configuration. This is the configuration space. And I'm going to have services. I'm going to have system provisioning with appliances, topologies, when access, time synchronization, but also I'm going to have some elements of applications, application groups, quality of service profiles, etc. In this specific video, I'm going to use a very basic configuration just to show that I have not only a default configuration, but in this case, I have two additional sites that are not default, FR and LA. Two other sites here are internet and out of domain, are part of the default configuration. This information is part of the main configuration of the domain, including visibility and control. But you have also the ability to configure, if you have the correct license, one optimization with secure flows. And in this case, I have a configuration that is not by default. I'm defining an SSL proxy, LA, and I have also SSL servers. So in this case, Office 365, OneDrive, SharePoint. This configuration, as well as the internet access configuration that I not have in this specific domain, are part of another piece of the server that you need to back up. Let me show you another domain where I have the security information or configuration. So it is Contoso 2, and I have again similar sites with two sites that I add, FR and LA, but especially in this case, I have a configuration of the internet access menu, and I have two concentrators, IPsec server and IPsec server 2 with those IP addresses. So again, it's just to show that we have these elements of configuration that are important also in the domain. If you don't back up this piece of information, when you restore your server, you are going to have a gap of information of your domain. So very important. Summarizing, you need to back up the information related with the domains or IP unibos over here. So all the names of the domains and the related configuration with this domains and the server domain, the users and user groups, the main configuration of each domain, including all the system configuration, applications, appliances, etc., and the WAN optimization and internet access configurations. My secondary server obviously is a server that is completely fresh, and it has not any domain server configured. It has no domains, and as a result, we don't have any configuration for the domains. Even we have only the user by default, which is administrator, and the user groups by default, which is administrators. If we are successful in the restore configuration process, so we will have exactly the same thing that the primary server. One important thing here is that we are using another different IP address. In this case, the IP address host name is Salsita, and the IP address in itself is 192.168.1.52. If I ping Salsita, so I will have the answer of this IP address. Good. So let us start with the first step of this process. First step is doing the backup of the different files. Second step will be to edit two of those files and changing the IP addresses for the secondary server. Third step will be to transfer those files with the corresponding IP addresses and the other folders to the secondary server. And the fourth step will be to restore those files in the corresponding places of the secondary server, the corresponding directories. So let us go to my first step, which is doing the backup of the different files and folders. So let us start. Here in the primary server, I need to go to my directories. I'm going to use to be more graphical. I'm going to use Nautilus with sudo rights. And let us start with the first file that I need to back up. It is on OPT, and on OPT you will have Salsa, which is the main directory. You have IPBoss, server, domains, and Unibus. So this is the first place where you will have all the main configuration of the domains. I mean the names of the domains, the SNMP information, etc. And it is on config, and this is the file. So I'm going to copy and paste it in a temporary directory. So here I already create this folder called Salsa Backup, and I'm going to paste it in Unibus configuration here. Next folder to backup is also in OPT Salsa, and in this case it is in the Unibus folder. Apache DS instances default partitions Ipanema, and I'm going to copy and paste the whole Ipanema folder. It has the users, the user groups, and the passwords. So copy and paste it on my temporary backup folder. So users are there. Next folders are also in OPT Salsa, now IPBoss, server, domains, and I have here the 3 domains that I have configured in my primary server. So copy and paste on the backup folder domains. And the final file that I need to backup requires a script to be created. It is the dashboards that contains the one optimization and security configurations. For that, I need to run the script in a terminal. But I need sudo rights. So cd opt salsa ipboss server post pin. And here I need the script which is the pg dump, but for that I need some modifiers for the script. So I need all that. It is a script, so I need to run it like a script. And I need also the password. Okay, so let us see if we have a backup file, a new backup file. So let's and yes, we have here the backup file. Correct. So now let us copy this backup file to my backup folder. So opt salsa ipbos server postgre bin and the backup file. Copy and paste again to my backup folder. Dashboards. Good. So the second step, the second global step is editing or changing the IP addresses into different places. The first one is here. And as you can see, we have the IP address of the primary server. So we need to change it for the IP address or host name of the secondary server. So let me select this IP address and do Control F. So I'm going to use the name of my host name of the secondary server, which is called Salsita. And replace all these IP addresses. So let us verify again if we don't have any other IP address. No, that's fine. I'm going to save and close it. The other files that you need to change are in the domains. Each domain has also the IP address of the main server, primary server that is in config and in the active ipconf. So here you will have again the IP address. Probably if you have several other services, uh, you will have to that in different places of this file you will find the IP address. Let us see where is it. So I think it is just in this place. And we can, in this case, it is the agent AP address, so IP address, so not hostname. So you put 52, which is the IP address of the secondary server, and save. Similarly, for the other two domains. So 52, save. And 52. Obviously, all that can be maybe scripted, but I'm showing you the long process to make sure you have all the information that you need for doing the backup and restore. So good. Right now, I have all my folders with the backup information of the configuration. So Unibus configuration, users and groups for LDAP, domains, configuration, and dashboards for WAN optimization and security. I have already modified all that. And let us create a backup. Uh, Let us create a zip for that. A zip to send it to the other server. Compress. Okay. And now I need to access to the internet and Gmail. Okay, so I'm going to create an email to myself. Zip file. And send it. Let us recover the file on the other server. Same thing. I need to enter the Gmail. I have here my backup folders, and I'm going to download. Save. So now I compress. Okay. Let us start to copy the different folders and files in the secondary server. But before that, we need to stop the Salsa services. System CTL stop Salsa. I'm going to stop all the services related with Salsa. verify the status. Okay, I do have services. Now we can proceed to copy and paste the different folders and files. So I have my backup in downloads. So Salsa backup. The first one will be this active IP Municonf of the Unibos configuration will be in Salsa IPBOS server domains Unibos config, and I need to rename this old file. Oh, the old file, and paste the new one. I need also to verify this file has the correct ownership. So let us verify that. CD. So yeah, I need to change the group and owner of this file. Otherwise, the Salsa server will not be able to read correctly the file and the services will be unavailable. So show InfoVista and InfoVista and active. And now we have the correct ownership for the file. Next folder is in my backup. Oh, my backup in the downloads folder, and is the users and groups Ipanema folder, and it will be in OPT Salsa so it is an Unibos folder, so Apache TS instances, default partitions, and over here. So let us rename the old folder and paste the new one. Same thing, let us verify owner and group. And yeah, we need to change it. Recursively for all the folders and files inside the folder. I'm going to verify that's okay. and everything seems okay. Let us go to our next folder, which is the 3 folders corresponding to the 3 domains configured in the Salsa server. And this is on the OPT Salsa Pibos server domains. Directly here, and we need to verify owner and group. Same thing, need to change it. For the first domain and the other 2. Oh, my bad. So, okay, and let's see. Now it is fine. Just verifying. Internally. Yeah, that's okay. And finally, I'm going to copy the backup of the dashboards. Backup. That is going to be in IPBOS server postgre and bin. Directly here. And to activate this backup file, I need to run a script. But previously to that, I need to activate to disable and enable my domains in the Salsa server. I need now to restart the server to take into account the changes. So I need to verify now if my domains are configured in the Salsa server. So let us go. If it is working correctly, also the login and password must work. Okay, great. I have my 3 domains over here. They are not active. It is normal because I need to disable and enable them. Let us see if I have my users. Okay, I have my users here and my user groups. Oh, yeah, the same that in the primary server. So good. So let us disable each of the domains. I'm going to update at the end. Server. forgot to disable it. So okay, and disable and update. Now I need to enable them again. Three servers. And update. Okay. Yeah, usually we need to restart the server in this case. So it's the second reboot of the server. We can also restart the services. As I don't have any real traffic running, I prefer restart the server directly. And let us try again. And good, it seems that the domains are present and running. So let us verify the configuration of one of or two domains. For instance, Contoso. And see the sites. Yes, we have 4 sites. So it is good news. I have these 2 sites which are specific for the domain FR and LA. And let us see the configuration of SSL optimization and internet access. I have not updated the PostgreSQL system, so I don't have my configuration here. Let us do that. And this is the latest step. So I need a terminal, and I have my quick reference over here. Downloads. It is my script that I need to use over this path. So let us go. I need to be sudo cd, and I can run the script. complete sentence. So, oh, and I need the password. First time that the password is requested, and the second time, same password. Some errors are there, but after you will see some grant messages, and normally it means that it is working. Let us verify if I can access. Oh yeah, so you can see here. Let us see. Okay, good. Now I have this configuration, and let us go to the other domain, for instance, Contuso2, that has also internet access configurations. So it's configuration and internet access. And normally, yeah, great. We have the two concentrators here. So great, we have all our procedure completed over here. Let us very quickly summarize what we did. 4 steps. First step was copying the different folders on my primary server files and folders. So in 4 places. So creating the Salsa backup. So I have here my documents, and I have these 4 folders. So the Unibus configuration, the users LDAP with the users groups and passwords, the domains configuration, all the specifics of applications, sites, appliances, and the dashboards configuration related with one optimization, specifically for SSL and security. Second step is changing the IP addresses in the 2 files that require that. This file is one of them. And the second place where you need to change the IP addresses is here in each domain config and the active IPMconf. So once you change all these IP addresses for the secondary server, so third step is transferring all those folders to the new server, secondary server. And once you have the folders, the new folders and files here, the fourth step is to replace all the folders and files in the secondary server. So I have again here my backups, and as you have seen, I put all those folders and files in the corresponding directories. You need to restart this. Well, before copying that, remember in stopping the Salsa servers, and after, when you copy 1, 2, and 3 folders in the corresponding places, you need to restart the server the first time or restart the Salsa services. And after that, you need to disable and enable the domains, and again restart the Salsa servers. When the domains come up and are running, you need to recover the configuration of the dashboards, and for that you just need to run script, and you will have your dashboards configuration back. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. Bye bye.